I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. Think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. See me running through that open door. Does anybody know what this is? Oh yes, it's a Molly pack, rucksack, Alice pack, whatever you want to call it. You know where I'm going on Tuesday? To the field yet again. Not really one to complain about going to the field, being Army. I expected to go to the field. But this unit has been to the field every month since I've been here. I've been here since May 27th. Went to the field in June, July, August, September, now October. It was 5 months straight. And then we're going again in November. I think we're going in December. I'm not really sure. But it's all good, because I mean, it's basically, time is flying by. Before I know it, October will be done. You know, then next thing I know, it'll be December. Next thing I know, it'll be January. And I'll be home for a couple of weeks. And I go back, and then next thing you know, I'm headed off to hopefully Fort Lewis. This video right here it's confessions, but it's also embarrassing too. So it's more or less like how the first video was, where I was confessing some embarrassing stuff. This story is pretty embarrassing because of the vehicle and the things that I did for this vehicle. Alright, so just keep that in mind. If you haven't seen the first, second one, just take the time to look at these videos. The first one's probably the funnest video I've put out since I've been doing this. Alright, but this confession right here is going to be more of me older. This is when I was in Fort Hood, my first duty station. I want to talk about how I got my license. So at Fort Hood, at the time that I went, there was a rule that if you got your military license, then you would get your civilian license. All you had to do was take your military license to the DMV, and they would give you your civilian license. It was honestly that simple. So what I did, me and my roommate actually at the time, Doc, we both did it, and we both got licenses. And then a week later, we got our cars. All right, he had got a '96 Altima, and that was pretty nice. And then, you know what I got? A '96 Mazda Protege, teal. The '96 versions are not really that high, but I wanted a car so bad I didn't care about how the car looked, basically. You know, I didn't really take in consideration that, hey, you have to drive around this vehicle for however long you want to keep it. What made it worse was, a week later, a guy in my unit got the same exact car, same exact color. His was just a stick shift, mine was automatic. So we have two Mazda Protege, teal Mazda Proteges in the company. Wow. Well, anyway, with this Mazda Protege, I wanted to get some rims. Yeah, don't judge me. I wanted to be cool. But I couldn't afford rims, so what did I do? I went to Advanced Auto Parts and bought the hubcaps that looked like rims, and was telling everybody I got rims on my car, blah, blah, blah. I told them all that stuff. Well, these hubcaps didn't last too long. You see, it was a girl I was dating at the time when I was there, Jessica. I was trying to teach her how to drive, knowing dang on well I shouldn't have been doing that from the beginning, because I was still a new driver myself. I was teaching her how to drive, and she was getting freaked out while she was driving this vehicle. So she basically did a hard right turn, and we went pretty much, we hit a bump and we went airborne. We were literally in the air. And right when we hit the ground, boom, two of the hubcaps flew off. One got ran over by a car, and the other one, I don't remember what happened to it. So I'm rolling around with basically 2 hubcaps. I just took them off because they had made fun of me for one, calling them rims, and 2, that I was riding around with one rim on each side. Yeah. But that's not the confession. The confession is the guy that had the teal Mazda Protege, I stole his hubcaps off of his car and put them on mine. The funny part about that is you didn't even notice that they were his rims or his hubcaps. Or maybe he did but just didn't say anything. Either way, his hubcaps became my hubcaps. To take the story even further, about 2 weeks later, those hubcaps got stolen off my car. So what did I do? I drove around Fort Hood looking for a Mazda Protege that was nowhere near the unit, that was nowhere near my barracks, that was nowhere near anywhere that they could possibly trace me taking those hubcaps back. And I took those hubcaps off of that, I want to say brown, beige, whatever color that was. It was like a light brown colored Protege. I never looked back. Call me the hubcap stealer. One thing I did learn as a new driver is when you're missing a gas cap, the engine light comes on. So driving my Protege, broke it down, half it, Protege. So I was driving my Protege and I went to get some gas. I remember leaving the gas cap on top of the car. And so about a week later, the gas light came on. I mean, the engine light came on. And I was freaking out like, man, my car is messed up already. I just got this car, blah, 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 blah. You know, and what's crazy is my roommate had just went through the same thing. Like, he lost his gas cap, whatever, and he told me, he said, the reason my gas cap came on, or my engine light came on, is because I didn't have a gas cap in it. So I had to go out and buy a gas cap. Well, me, I chose a different method. I'm not about to go out and buy a gas cap. I was a PV2, like 19 years old. I don't know how much gas caps cost. It might be $3, it might be 50. I didn't care. What did I do? Went back to that same Mazda Protege that I got the hubcaps from. I took their gas cap. But a few days later, engine light back to normal. My final confession is one I'm not too proud of. I went to the PX on Posted Fort Hood, the electronic PX, and I wanted to get some money out first because I was going to buy something. I don't remember what it was. I was going to buy something, right? And I went to the ATM machine. Well, a guy left his ATM card in the ATM machine still, and it asked, do you want to make another transaction? And I pushed yes. And I deposited $100 out of his account. And I went into the PX, and I think I bought like CDs or something like that. It was raining that day, raining pretty bad. So I jumped on 35. I went to go see, the girl I was at the time. I went to go see her. And I was coming off the exit. I rear-ended somebody. And it was a good thing I was wearing my seatbelt, because I probably would have went through that windshield if I wouldn't have had my seatbelt on. But as soon as I hit that vehicle, I thought to myself, That's what you get. You done stole 2 sets of hubcaps. You done stole a gas cap, and you stole somebody's money out of their ATM, out of their bank account that they worked hard for. You stole money from them. That vehicle was totaled. It probably was a good thing because that vehicle sucked. I can't believe I was rolling around in a Mazda Protege to begin with. But the moral of this story, ladies and gentlemen, is if you buy a Mazda Protege, the hubcaps will probably fall off. You'll probably end up driving without your gas cap, and your engine light comes on. And then you're gonna rear end somebody because you stole everything that you replaced on that vehicle. When I think about it, I even had like some shiny windshield wipers to match the fake chrome hubcaps on that vehicle.